I don't have the controller thing, so it's not going to have the cool thing. It's just going to start.
Right, well, we're started, right?
Yep.
We're live? Okay, hi. I'm Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow. Check us out at ketochow.xyz.
I'm Chris, also a co-founder, and the guy who is trying to configure the audio right now. I'm the tech guy. Anyway, if you're brand new to Keto Chow, we have a few products that we created to make doing keto easier. Our main product is a meal replacement shake mix that you can customize to fit the macros that work best for you. We also have some electrolytes that are super awesome.
We do this daily live stream to keep you updated with all our Keto Chow happenings, to help us be accountable and stay on track and have you with us on our journey. So thank you for joining us.
All right. Well, it was actually the problem, so Patty says loud and clear. The problem was that it was too loud. There's a filter on the audio. It's called a compressor. It compresses the dynamic range so that quiet things are a bit louder and loud things are a bit quieter.
Unlike the movie we were watching last night, with the loud things being loud and the quiet things being quiet.
Yeah.
That was obnoxious.
It is. Jason says not sure if it's the lighting, but it looks like you both got some sunnies. It's also a bad camera. It's just a regular webcam.
Yeah, I look really bad.
So normally we have a mirrorless camera, a Sony camera that's hooked up via HDMI as a webcam. This time we've just got a regular webcam. So I was gonna just use my my phone, which is normally what we do on a Saturday. I was like, I've got a perfectly good laptop with a better webcam here, so that's what we got going on.
So really, we're not this red. It just looks this red.
Yeah. Anyway, Sarah says good morning. Kate says good morning. Sean says good morning. Kid on the Budget says, hey there, y'all. I'm taking today off. Are you going to watch Stargate all day long? Because that's what I'd like to do. Yvonne says, hey guys, hope all is well with your air conditioner now. I changed out the brand of air filters for a different one, and it seems to be working just fine.
Yay!
Oh, well, your nose looks red. The funny thing is,
it's not really that red.
Yeah,
it's the lighting.
It's the lighting.
Yep. Although I am a red person normally.
Yep.
Not usually that red.
Bev says, do you have a promo code for my electrolytes? We don't, unfortunately. Holly says, good morning. Keto on Budget says, that's a good idea, Stargate. Yeah, there you go. Starting with a movie. Stargate all day long. Mm-hmm. Nan says, good morning. It's my 71st birthday. Hey, happy birthday.
Hey, Nan.
And I'm down over 100 pounds. I've had my orange and strawberry keto chow. Love them. You want to sing?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Nan.
Nan.
You ready? 1, 2, 5. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nan. Happy birthday to you. Oh, Sean says, I was thinking about watching Avengers all day. That would work. But there's other movies in between, so would you have to watch them, or you just remember what happened? Floyd says, Miriam, you're always lovely.
Oh,
your joy is always radiant. That's your middle name.
It is. My middle name is Joy.
Literally. Dot says hello. Yvonne gives a thumbs up. Great news. Jason says, maybe I'll watch the whole Lord of the Ring trilogy edition. Make sure you get a catheter installed before you do that.
Also, what is it? The movie trailer?
It's the Honest Movie Trailers.
Honest Movie Trailers.
Starring walking, more walking, strolling.
Super funny.
Sean says 2 KK shirts. Actually, mine's a 2 Crazy Keto shirts.
Oh, mine just says keto.
Yeah.
It has cheese and bacon and broccoli and an egg.
Yep. Becky says, hi guys.
Hi.
Patty says, have you tried Keto Chow chicken soup with real salt, seasoned salt?
No,
dang, that would be good.
We should.
Yeah.
We should also do that with the drop biscuits. Add a bunch of seasoned salt to that.
That's true.
That'd be good.
We went to a Brazilian steakhouse last night called Brasa Grill. It's a lot like Texas de Brazil, but quite a bit cheaper. Mm-hmm. And it was funny that they, instead of coming around with the thing on the spit and cutting stuff off, they'd come around with a cart with four
spits.
And then they would cut it off on the individual plates. And so
it took longer, but it definitely felt more sanitary.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
And Miriam and Holly
Mm-hmm.
both had their little real salt things. And
Yeah, it worked out.
there you go. Keto Budget says, starting with Iron Man. There you go. Becky says, your AC problems are contagious. Thanks, Chris.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Remember, just change your air filter. Becky says, the Honest Trailers, Caleb, love those. We also like the pitch meetings. Last night...
Some of them have a lot of swearing
That's
in
true.
it, so you'll just have to be careful.
Last night, we watched Twilight. The original Twilight.
That had a lot of bad things in it, too.
But we watched it with the riff tracks.
I can't believe we watched the whole thing like that.
And so the whole time, the guys from Mystery Science Theater are just making fun of the whole thing. It was quite funny. Jason likes the idea of the catheter. Becky says, just leave the spit. We have
I know, right? Just hold it over my mouth.
Well, it's funny. They came by with the spicy chicken, which is the only thing that I specifically wanted, because at a lot of the Brazilian steakhouses, they will have sweet and spicy chicken. So it's got barbecue sauce on it.
Yeah.
And usually Frank's Red Hot.
Sauce.
And I always say, does this have sugar in it? And they're like, well, it is sweet and spicy. It's like, well, yeah, there you go. But at this particular one, at Brasa Grill, they just take the chicken and throw Frank's Red Hot on it. That's it. And so they came by and it was gone. So Holly was very nice and she said, can we get some of the spicy chicken? Because that's the only thing that he wants.
Yeah. Well, and none of us want it because it's too spicy.
Kate wanted it. She liked it.
Oh.
She liked it quite a bit.
Weird.
Carla says, happy Saturday. There you go. Becky says, I will eat the entire cow.
Mm-hmm.
Jason says, I'm planning to get 6 or 7 pounds of different meats to take home from Brazilian steakhouse later. Nice. And Sonia posted a Marvel Universe timeline. So you can watch them in the intended order.
Nice.
Exhausting but exhilarating at the same time. Maitreya says she's a pro with the swearing. There you go. Jerry says,
Jason is with you.
Jerry says, so Miriam, do you carry your salt in your purse?
Yes. So we have, it's like a little pocket salt shaker.
Yeah,
I have one
salt
in the outside zipper, and then I actually have like a little, it looks like a chapstick holder that's on a keychain that I put the salt in, and it's hanging on my purse.
Well, it's interesting. The little pocket salts that you can get from Real Salt, they're 6 grams, which that's about how much salt you need per day on a keto diet. So,
the font is weird.
Yes, it is.
Oopsie.
Well,
is the date correct?
The date is correct, and I made sure that it was anyway because so the Miriam and Chris Bear daily live stream is a fixed element. The June 27th, 2020 is actually a web page that's embedded in the stream, and it always shows the date of that day.
That's funny.
But for whatever reason, it's not picking up the right font because I don't have the right fonts installed on this machine because I just wiped this laptop before we went to Florida.
Oh. Okay.
Because it was running slow and acting weird. So I'm like, nuke it from space. The only way to be sure.
Yeah.
Shauna says, oh yeah, I remember this. She grew up in Forks, Washington.
Oh,
because she had mentioned that earlier.
That's awesome.
Becky says, I'll eat it. Maitreya says, I just asked them to come back many times with a flank steak.
Yeah,
nice.
That's so good.
Robin is very welcome.
Oh, hi, Robin.
Jason says, the Brazilian steakhouse I go to uses spices. You can get a chimichurri sauce on the side if you want. Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Kate says, she did this with my boyfriend before Endgame came out. Oh, watched all of them. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Robin says, you both look great. How much have you both lost using Keto Chow? So, well, Keto Chow in itself is just to help you with a keto diet. And we've gone up and down, just here and there. And when I started keto, it's about 20 or 30 pounds more than now. The lowest I've gotten was right around 200. The big problem, and this is one of the reasons why we make Keto Chow, is if I snack, it's over. It's just over. And if I don't have a good plan for what I'm going to eat, it's also over.
But the thing is, we don't eat carbs.
Yeah.
We always only eat keto foods, but sometimes we eat too much of them. So we realize what the problem is. We just have to fix it.
Yeah. You know, and this hospital was such a nice place before they started letting all the sick people in.
Yeah.
So if you're having struggles, we understand.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Well, speaking of a plan, the plan today is we're going to make the spicy.
Yeah, we're making the
pumpkin.
pumpkin sausage soup.
Yeah.
One of our recipes.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to make the jalapeno popper soup. And then we're going to freeze it in containers. And then I actually have my own plan that you're welcome to participate in, which you probably won't because you don't like to be on my plan.
Okay.
Anyway, I wrote a whole month of July out last night.
Oh, you used that planner that we got?
We went to Target and got it. It's a cute whiteboard with a gold border. And I wrote in when I'm going to fast.
Okay.
Including the 72-hour fast that we're doing together with Megan Ramos.
Oh, yes, that's coming up
in
July.
13th of July. Yeah. Okay. Because we only have a minute left of June. So I figured I'd start out.
Crap, it's the 27th.
July.
It says right there. Hello.
Yeah. What? So I'm going to incorporate fasting, not a ton of fasting, but probably at least once a week. I actually did for a long time. I fasted every single Sunday for probably a couple of years. And that was helpful. And I know that that's, a 24-hour fast here and there. It doesn't help too much, but it helped me. Nice. It'll help me kind of reset myself every week. And so I'm going to do that a little bit, except I'm going to fast, I think, on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay. Because Thursday we have the 2KK live stream, which takes us a couple hours. Yeah. So that's a good day for the kids to have whatever they want for dinner. And then Tuesdays.
On your own dinner.
Yeah. And then Tuesdays we have our live stream, and sometimes we get doing stuff and then have to prepare for that, and so that's a good day to have a fast dinner also. So that would be good for me to fast. So what I wrote on the calendar, because it's for our whole family, not just for me, even though I want to write only for me and be selfish, I wrote fast or free for all, so that the kids could see it and be like, oh, that means I can eat whatever I want, which is usually leftovers. So
okay. Shauna likes your idea for a meal plan. Yeah. She also says that she picked up some Kobe ground beef patties yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Kimberly's on from California. And Maitreya said that sometimes Tejas de Brazil has bacon-wrapped jalapeno poppers.
Ooh. Oh, you know what? I think we got those in, Texas? Where did we go the very first time we went to there?
No.
We were in some other state, I think.
Texas was a different one.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember what the name of that one is.
Were we in Omaha? Did we go to Brazil?
No, we've only been to Texas de Brazil in Florida and Utah. There's a different one that we went to in Texas, which turned out to be a nationwide one. I can't remember what it's called now. I'm drawing a blank. Jason says he thinks he's going to do an egg fast at the end of July. Angie
do that too.
Is fast. She does a fast Monday and Wednesday and Friday of every week.
That's a good idea.
Kate says, Miriam, would you be willing to share your plan?
Sure.
Okay.
I just looked at my schedule and kind of planned it out as to what days I'm going to be busy.
Just take a picture and put it on the Facebook support group.
Yeah, and then also what we do with our kids, usually I just take a paper calendar. I just thought it'd be cuter if we had something hanging on the wall, and I have to figure out where to hang it. But
my number one criteria for something is whether it's cute.
I also have that same criteria.
Oh, except not.
But anyway, what we usually do is we'll just print out a month calendar. And I'll just say, hey, kids, what day do you want to cook? Yeah. And Audrey's going to do Tuesdays, which will be good because if I'm going to fast on Tuesdays, she can make something even more simple because we're not all going to probably eat together at the table. Or if we do eat at the table, I'll just have water.
Okay.
But then, so each kid gets a day and they pick whatever they want to make, and I'll buy the food and I'll help them if they want help. And it's actually really been good for them to be more respectful of what we're making because they realize it takes work.
Well, and then they have ownership too. Shauna's thinking that now that her blood sugars are under control, she's going to start fasting.
Yeah, well, and it's good how a 24-hour fast can kind of help reset you and realize even the keto things that you might need to be taking out or just making not as much. So I know when we were at Rachel and Joe's, we didn't eat a ton of cheese, and we came home and still didn't eat a ton of cheese, not just dairy in general.
Yeah.
and I did not feel bloated for like
We're mostly
a
just
whole
eating
bunch.
meat.
Yeah, we're pretty carnivore, and I'm like, you know what? I think there's something to this,
There you
right?
go.
And so I can kind of see after you don't eat something for a while, you just okay, well, I can feel better, and I can see that's it. And so either eliminate it or just make it be a little smaller amount or something. So it's nice to kind of have that little fast and reset and check in with your body more. And
Okay.
yeah.
She wants to know who has a good fasting YouTube channel. I mean, you got the fasting
method.
It's probably the best.
Yeah.
Jerry says you should consider using a different color marker for each person.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Kimberly just got her first big bulk bag, strawberry. Congratulations. And can't find the scoop anywhere. So it's probably in there. It just might be near the bottom. There's 2 ways that you can find it. Just squeeze it a bunch and you'll probably find it. Or my preferred way is just to actually get a butter knife and just dig around in there. It's probably at the bottom if it wasn't at the top.
Yeah, I usually will just push it up from the bottom, because then I don't have to open it and get powder everywhere.
Yeah, but she said she looked through the entire bag.
Oh no!
But it is not normal. We can ship you one
we'll
out.
ship you one.
It's 94 cubic centimeters for the strawberry. I don't remember what that translates to in cups. But if you do a Google search for 94 cc to cups, Google will tell you.
Chris had to give you the hard answer.
Yeah, sorry. I actually have never thought in fluid ounces. I never learned fluid ounces. Cubic centimeters, which is the same as milliliters, just makes way too much sense for me. But
Jason said that Dr. Boz does a lot of fasting.
oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, she does, and she does a lot of good lives too. They're long, but there's a lot of good information on there. And she'll check her ketones and a glucose at the beginning of the show and at the end of the show. So it's kind of fun to see, like, on the fly. People do that. And the Real Salt has a fasting Facebook page that they have a lot of people on there.
Okay.
So that's fun to be on there too. I've been on there quite a bit.
Yvonne wants to know where the drop biscuits recipe is. Let me see if I can do it on this one. Screen capture? Nope, it's not going to work on this one. So the way to find it, it's not on the Keto Chow YouTube page.
Yeah,
it is on
our Facebook.
Facebook.
I know. Where's my phone?
Okay,
it's on our website. So if you go to our homepage, ketochow.xyz, then go to resources, and the first tab down is recipes. And that's you're just gonna.
Or if you Google Keto Chow drop biscuits,
wow, that changes
it's
the
right
light
there.
a lot.
But yeah, and on the recipe page, I think you already said it, but you can just select which flavor of Keto Chow you've got.
Yeah.
And it'll show you all the recipes for that.
Which is kind of nice.
Savory chicken soup
well,
is
and
the one
that's
you're looking
how
for.
we found this stuff yesterday.
Yep.
Because I even just searched.
Oh, the different
Keto Chow
recipes?
sausage pumpkin soup, and then printed it out. And another cool thing about our recipe thing, it could use some user friendly stuff that's a little better. But one cool thing is you get the recipe up and then you can say, oh, this has 8 servings. Well, I want it to have 12 servings instead. And it'll change the amounts that you need to make.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to make a whole bunch of the soup today. And then I'm going to freeze all of it for myself. And you can share with me if you want. But I don't want to eat it for a meal, because if we eat it for a meal, I'll have, 1 serving left?
Oh.
So
you mean eat it for a meal with the kids?
With the kids.
Yeah, but that's why we doubled it.
Yeah, but I want a lot.
Oh, okay.
I want to eat it for more than one day for like a lunch. So I think another thing too I'm going to do with my plan is incorporate like 2 meals, and then the next day 2 meals, and then maybe a fast day, and then an OMAD. And so I'm going to change things up a lot more, because I find that if I do OMAD, I feel fantastic, but sometimes I feel like I'm...
OMAD is 1 meal a day.
Yeah, one meal a day. Sometimes I feel like I miss having a lunch with people, or I want something else, so I'll have 2 meals, and then I feel just as good. I just eat less at a time. So it's, just play with what works for you, and things change sometimes.
Okay. Becky says that's awesome. I need to try cutting out cheese. I like to cut the cheese though.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jason says Dr. Boz does a lot of fasting. Matreya says take chopsticks and poke until you find it. Patty says she's considering carnivore for July. I need to use up the meat in my freezer and preparing for getting a third of a cow at the end of July.
Oh, yeah. You know, that's awesome, Patty. I actually took it on the side of the menu. I wrote, meat we have. And then I wrote all of these things, veggies we have in the freezer. Because the kids will go to fill out their section of the thing and they're like, well, they pick the same thing. So then we have to go buy them. But I'm like, we have all of these things already. Let's use those.
Okay.
So then when they go to write on their thing, it'll be different.
Shauna says she has a air fryer drop biscuit recipe. She's going to try it with some chicken keto chow.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. And Sarah says she uses a fork to find the scoop.
Oh, yeah, we've done that too. Carrie Brown has a good biscuit recipe too that we've done multiple times. And we've done it with biscuits and gravy, and we've done it with dumplings, chicken soup and dumplings. So that's yummy.
Shauna says my cheese has its own area in the fridge.
Yeah, we have a cheese section, an egg section, and
although there's a considerable encroachment of avocado, of guacamole and the little things into the cheese section.
Yeah,
so.
What the heck? Avocado's getting in the cheese section.
Matreya says, I will do an egg fast after I'm better. Obviously, I'm eating too much right now. The egg fast will set everything back to normal.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, that's what's so cool about having like 3 keto chows a day for 3 or 5 or 7 days, or having an egg fast, or having, a fasting period. You just kind of help reset yourself and, make new goals, try new things. So.
# goals. Okay. Well, you ready to get going for the day?
No. I'm going to go back to sleep.
Okay. At 9 o'clock, I'm like, actually it was 9:05. I'm like, we have a live stream in 10 minutes. It's like, okay.
Well, we keep staying up late with the kids. Let's hang out with them during the day today.
Heaven forbid we get up early with the kids. I guess we kind of get up early every day,
Since the pandemic, we've been sleeping a little bit more in the morning.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, everybody have a fantastic day.
Mm-hmm.
We will be back on Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I guess I get to go have Sam mow the lawn.
Yay!
All right. Thanks, everybody. You have a fantastic day.
Bye.